I want you to picture this situation for me. You've been driving for a couple of hours on the motorway, hunger's kicking in, the kids need a wee, your partner needs to stretch the legs, and in the distance you see that glorious sign, services 2 miles ahead, and you think, oh, this is gonna sort everything out. So you pull in and your expectations are high, and you are presented with something that's got worse food, facilities and options than a high school canteen that's failed Ofsted for a couple of years. And this got me thinking, what is Britain's worst motorway service station? And I thought, I've got to go explore, I've got to go look into this. And I found one that always gets rated really, really badly. So we're going to head there, but I thought it's going to be a bit boring if we just go there straight away. So I thought, let's go on a bit of a tour. Let's go explore some service stations. So I've come first to what is one of the best, or rated one of the best service stations in Britain. And then I'm going to go to what is called one of the strangest service stations, and maybe find a few more along the way. So come along, join me for what I'm sure is going to be a breathtaking video. Yeah, a petroleum-filled culinary road trip. Imagine me as the Anthony Bourdain of motorway service stations. So let's go check out this one. This is what is called one of the best in the UK. Let's go check it out. You just know it's part of the upper echelon, don't you, when the service station has a pond. Now this is T-Bay. There's two T-Bays actually. There's one in the south as well. This is T-Bay in Penrith in the north of England. T-Bay northbound. And this just comes top rated all the time. People seem to love it, and you know it's good because you're driving in and on the sign it says services, but it also says farm shop. Yeah, so we're going to go in and check it out. Now, as I said, this is the north. I'm going to do 2 of these videos. So I'm going to come back down and do down south. So do let me know if you're down south. What is the worst service station down south and what is the best? Welcome to T-Bay Northbound, the place that makes you question if it is in fact a service station or really the final destination. I can only assume that 95% of the people here, like myself, are just pretending to be heading somewhere simply to end up here. Look at the fine spreads of fresh vegetables sitting there as if they were picked only this morning. And food, proper food, not Burger King or KFC, but food that has soul, Mama's homemade lasagna, cute pots of mac and cheese. You don't get a quick bite here, no, you sit and savour every moment and you don't mind the price tag. And look at the view. It's a postcard, it's a painting, it would make a poet weep. It's the kind of view that would inspire a Mumford & Sons song. And the beamwork, the magnificent beamwork, that looks like it wasn't so much built but unearthed, as if it's always been part of this place forever. The angles, the colours, it's as if the architects whispered to the stone and timber and asked permission to shape it. It's perfect. Now we head to the farm shop. The middle-class orgasm, the Genghis Khan to your rich friend's pantry. This place has everything. They're selling twine, for Christ's sake. Hardly a pit stop essential. Just look at the decadence, the style, the smells, the tat. It's disgusting, and I love it. And more cakes. I can only assume I just missed Paul Hollywood, who'd given this place the morning sign of approval. And food that looks inedible, but I'm sure is actually really tasty. And this, the girth on it, it's inhumane. I need it. There's wine, there's cheese, there's meats, and a butcher, a real-life butcher, just like from the storybooks. This place is so middle-class it's come full circle, where there's food that looks like it should be for your dog, but it's actually for human consumption. And once you've gorged yourself on gelato that was made just 10 miles away, of course it's made fucking locally, and eaten as many pastries as you can top it all off by getting yourself a shag pile. For me, though, it's chips, pie, mash, veg, swimming in gravy, sat in that room with the perfect view for a very reasonable $12.95, only let down slightly by some ducks that might not be aware of the Me Too movement. Whilst the meal was delicious and very filling, I did leave with a snack as I had a huge drive ahead of me and did not know when I'd next eat. Wow, that was... Well, I'd heard it was good, I was expecting good things, but that blew my expectations out the water. What a fantastic place. Clearly, yeah, one of the best. I'm just going to get in the car because it's a bit windy. So obviously starting in a place like that is it's going to set the expectation high. It's going to, I assume we can only be disappointed now as we travel on to first the strangest service station and then on to what is the worst. But a quick price update on there. So I bought a coffee and a Scotch egg, and that was £8.10. Petrol is £1.69 and diesel is £1.71. So that is expensive, but yeah, what a place. I mean, clearly people are coming here just for the day out itself. When the service station becomes the destination, you know you've done right, you know you've done good. But we've got to go on. We've come to Penrith. This is in Penrith. This was about a 2-hour drive from where I live. We've now got to drive up to Strathcatho, above Dundee. So let me just check how far the drive is. So the drive is 3 hours 53. We've got to drive all the way up this way past Glasgow and then to up here. So it's right. I'll see you in Scotland and at the strangest service station. What will we find? Whoa, there we go. That was an absolute schlep of a drive. Also, it's so weird just driving to service stations, those being the destinations. I've never done this before in life, where the destination is the service station. I'm enjoying it, it's a lot of fun. But here we are at Strathcatho service station in, well, Scotland, in between Dundee and Aberdeen. I guess it's Strathcatho in the Scottish accent. But this is the strange one. I've heard so many mad things and just how strange this place is, so I can't wait. Let's go explore. Have you ever seen a service station that looks like this? This is rogue, isn't it? Oh man, I absolutely love it. This does not feel like any other service station I have ever been to. People said it's stuck in the past here, so I was so intrigued to get up. And look what it says on it. It says, "Ye may gang fair and fair were," which I believe is a Scottish saying for you may go further and you're going to find worse. So I like it, sort of basically saying don't be fussy, just come on in here, check it out. So if T-Bay is your middle-class friend's pantry, then Strathcatho is the house of your sister-in-law who's bringing up 3 kids on her own and yet still manages to find you a full plate of food anytime you go and visit. There's no pretense here. I mean, there's still tat, of course there is, but there's Scottish tat, and it just seems better. Tat that's actually going to get played with. You've got board games that look like they're definitely going to be missing pieces, and protection for children, but it's the safe kind, the Victorian kind. No digital shit here. We've traded in shag piles for wind chimes, and I ain't got a problem with that. And then onto the food, and look how it's displayed on chalkboards and whiteboards, and real food for real people. And look at the trifle, it looks like it fell out of a comic book. But this is why we're all here, for a baked tatty. And look at the picture, someone took time out their day to draw that, and I absolutely love it. Now onto the seating areas, and there's 2. There's this place, simple, effective, military, and then this room, which looks like it was thrown together from an antique store. The fine dining area, the VIP quarters. Why is there a horse? Here at Strathcatho, you don't ask why. Look at the food though, the bridie, the spuds, the mac and cheese, that I have no idea what this is, but I want to get a spoon and dive right in. It's glorious. It's a place where they know how to handle a tatty. For entertainment, well, today we've got on a repeat of what seems to be one of the royal weddings. Yeah, that's actually on TV here. It is strange, it's so strange, but I'm all for it. For me though, it's simple. It's tatty, beans and cheese with a side of mac and cheese. And I went for the trifle, I just had to, and a can of Coke to top it all off. All of this came to 13 quid. That is banging value. And I got the good seat in house next to the horse. But the big question, does the trifle taste as good as it looks? And of course it does. It was absolutely insane. The whole meal was just perfect. I mean, I was absolutely stuffed after this. And luckily, because again, I've got another long drive. But yeah, Strathcatho services. What a place. So strange, but I absolutely love it. So there we go. An absolute feast of a meal. And it absolutely is like nowhere else I have ever been. That is not like any other service station. A service station that serves you an absolutely massive trifle still in a glass. I absolutely love it. That was mega. Oh, that was totally worth the like 200, 300 mile drive. 4 hours of driving for that. Yeah, great stuff. Whew, that is a full belly right there. I hope this service station adventure is as gripping to watch as it is as gripping for me to make, because this is a lot of fun. Obviously the first one, the posh farm shop where you've got all the fancy foods and the expensive Scotch eggs and cheese and meats and wine and all that stuff laid out so fancy. Really nice, and definitely nicer than seeing KFC, that noodle place that you see everywhere. I can't remember what it's called, Chopsticks Noodles, you'll know what I'm talking about. Burger King, those ones that just, you turn up and you're like, oh God, I'm going to have some terrible fast food. And then this place, which, I mean, just totally felt like it felt like a school canteen, where the school canteen was banging and the food was great. Yeah, really good. I just liked how basic it was. So there's probably, 15, 16 wagons all lined up. So this is clearly popular with the people driving those, because you can get a proper meal. You can get some real good food in you. £1.86 for diesel and £1.83 for petrol. So that's a lot. That is a lot. And also it's in the middle of nowhere, and so there's nothing around here at all. But yeah, on we go. We've seen the good, we've seen the strange. Now let's go view the bad. Let's go see the worst service stations there are, and who knows what they'll be like. As I was driving, I saw this place in the distance, and though it's not the worst I'm going to show you today, I thought I've got to stop and show you around this service station. It's so iconic. Right, so I was just passing this place on the motorway, and I thought, I've got to stop. I've got to come and show you this, because if you are from the northwest of England, then you will know exactly where this place is. It's Lancaster Services, and it's famous for its giant tower, which is called the Pennine Tower. Now, originally this was Fortin Services. Some of you might know it as that. But yeah, look at this big tower. Now, I come to this place all the time. I'm always driving this route, so I know this service station very well. And it's not great. It's not the worst one that I'm going to show you, but it's not great. But yeah, that tower there, so that opened in 1965. And it used to be a restaurant. People just used to come here for a day out and go and visit that. In fact, I was chatting to my mum the other day, and she was like, oh yeah, I remember going there. We used to, on nights out, which was finished by driving to here, going up there and having a burger. This was a proper destination spot. It closed in 1989, and now it's just been left like that. I believe it closed because of fire regulations. There was only one way up and one way down. But yeah, it's such an iconic spot, isn't it? If you're a northerner, you'll know about this. So let's get inside and have a look round Lancaster Services. So now we are descending into the realm of the familiar, with the sights, the sounds, the smells, the bright lights we have all become accustomed to with so many service stations. Now this place would actually be really naff if it wasn't for the iconic tower. You've got your Pret a Manger, you did have a Greggs, don't know if that's going or being updated, and you've also got another mini casino. Now let me know, does anyone actually use these? Because anytime I go, they are always empty, but someone must be using them. Come on, own up. So you've got your little techie shop for all your techie needs, and you've got your little flower shop for all your flowery needs, and you've got your Smiths, your WH Smiths full of Monster. Oh my God, how Monster took over Britain. When I was a kid, if you needed energy, you drank a pint of orange juice and ate 3 cherry Bakewells. M&S downstairs though, fair enough, they do sell good wasabi peas. Now we're heading upstairs to the lion's den of the fast food joints, and what have we got? We've got a Burger King, and in fact, Burger King, what we got over here, we've got KFC, any of these, McDonald's, all them ones. They're so expensive now. You used to be able to turn up to one of these with a £5 and get a good meal, and it's just not the case anymore. It makes places like T-Bay, sure it was more expensive, but you got a proper meal. I did like this though. They had a lot of history on show about the Pennine Tower, which is very cool. Good on you. They had these little leaflets that you could take home. Of course, I took one. And they had these pictures from it back in the day. Look at that. That is so cool. There are some other good features of this place. Look, you've got your little car for your kid, and you've got 2 massage chairs next to each other. £1 for 3 minutes. 10 points for each of those chairs. But this was a lovely touch. As a dog owner, and I have a dog that travels with me a lot of the time, this was awesome. So Lancaster Services, it may not be great, but it does have a few lovely touches. And let me tell you one more thing. When the apocalypse comes, yeah, and it all turns to shit, This is where I'm going. I'm calling dibs on the Pennine Tower at Lancaster Services. It's 70 metres into the sky. You've got a 360-degree viewing platform. And I'm sorry, son. I really am. But you ain't coming up. The coffee is absolutely appalling, and it costs $3.50. But yeah, please do let me know if you recognise the tower, the Pennine Tower. Let me know if you ever went up it. I'd love to hear more stories about people who used to go up Pennine Tower, because it's an absolute beast. Inside, yeah, we're definitely falling into the realm of the worst of service stations, where the options become just very, very, very limited. So those casino things are just mad in there. But I did like the touches, like the pet feeding station and the leaflet of the actual tower and the charity book. So you know what? I thought I was going to slag it off more, but actually, the tower just makes me love it. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, let's crack on. So we have explored this great nation of, well, the north anyway. Do let me know what is the best and worst service stations of the south. On this journey so far, we have been to T-Bay, the best, Stracathro, the strangest, Lancaster, the iconic, and now here, which is the reviews for this place are absolutely terrible. Everyone just says it's absolutely naff. All over the internet, it's just depressing, and it is Leeming Bar. Now, Leeming Bar, so going up further north, you'll head to County Durham, and heading back south, you get to like Leeds way, and let's go explore what is meant to be Britain's worst service station. I've never been, so I'm excited at what to find. So if Lancaster Services is where I'm going to survive the apocalypse, then I fear that here at Leeming Bar is where it may have already begun. The emptiness is deafening, a vacuum of life. You look around and wonder, where the hell did everybody go? It's the kind of desolation that echoes the forgotten diners and long-gone motels scattered along endless American highways, places where the ghosts linger, but the people never stayed. This here is the remains of the hotel which sits at Leeming Bar Services, which shut down over 10 years ago, and I'm not joking, this place is still open. I will show you inside in a minute, but as I penetrated deeper and deeper, I couldn't help but think, the horror, the horror. Even the spinny coin machine couldn't survive. So this place, or at least parts of it, were meant to be demolished last year, but they couldn't even get round to that. So you're probably thinking, what can you do? What can you get at Leeming Bar Services? Well, let me show you what's on offer. So one day, if you're lucky enough to pull up at these services and you've managed to wade through this wasteland, you will find yourself presented with the fantastic options of a tiny corner Costa. And that is it. That is all you have on offer here at Leeming Bar Services inside this building, which 95% of it is shut down. Even Winnie the Pooh's deflated. Never a good sign. Right, down to the toilets, and I kid you not, I could smell them from here, and when I opened the door, it was that bad, I could not even bring myself to go in. So 0 out of 10 for the toilets. Awful. I will say, the lady working at this Costa was absolutely lovely. That was a good point. But yeah, what an absolutely useless service station in such a horrible setting that it's just clinging onto life. It's so strange. If there is a worse one than this, please do let me know. I want to check it out. I did read reviews about potholes. They have filled those in. And if you just head round the back, ignore all the signs, there's a McDonald's, which I assume is what everyone else is doing. So the fuel is actually the cheapest of the day here, bar Lancaster, because I forgot to check, at £1.35 for petrol and £1.37 for diesel. Right, there we go. What an amazing trip it's been. It really has been a lot of fun. Big shout out to my Toyota Aygo, who I've literally driven hundreds and hundreds of miles, and it's cost me 60 quid in fuel, and I've still got like a quarter of a tank left. Unbelievable. But yeah, please do let me know what are the worst service stations down south, or just any that I've missed, and also what are the best, and we will continue this journey. All right, until next time, bye-bye.